awesome. Hello, people.
Hello.
Yeah. You want to say anything before we start?
Sure. Just to introduce myself, I'm Charlie C, and I'm going to be hosting for this run. And this run is Splatoon 2. I'm really excited. I was just chatting to Duck about how, I know Splatoon, but I don't know Splatoon 2, so I'm really excited to watch this run.
My quality's a kind of rough. Yeah, unfortunately, my mic isn't exactly the best. Do apologise for that. Anyway, might as well get started. 3, 2, 1. Oh, go. Yeah, sorry. That's probably a useful part of that. Anyway, this is Octo expansion. It's DLC added to Splatoon 2. Probably one of my favourite parts of the game, as I have barely played the base game since it came out. So it's quite a lot of fun, a lot more difficult than the hero story. And in this run we're going to be doing all the missions. That's including the Inner Agent fight. For those who don't know, Inner Agent 3 is one of the most difficult missions in the entire game. Boss cheats, we're going to get a bit more into that later. But yeah, should be a good time. First up, we're just doing the tutorial. Not much going on. Introduced of how the levels are going to work, how we're going to get our weapons, and subsequently get them taken away from us. So oh, whoops, got caught under the debris. I think that's probably the first time I've ever got caught on that one. So yeah, this whole game takes place in a subway. Only recently did I realise that when you get spat out into the levels, it's like you're actually exiting a train. I've played this game for probably over a year now, and it's taken me that long to realise how the levels work. Anyway, here's one of our main characters in the game. The telephone, giving our goal, trying to find the 4 things and escape from the underground. Unfortunately, we're not going to immediately be doing that. We've got to do a few other missions before we tackle the 4 things. So there's, I think, a couple of different routes you can go through this, because ultimately you're going to be doing every level, so it doesn't really matter. Some people choose to just do the any percent route and then complete the levels. I'm going to be doing things slightly differently, where I'm going to do a few extra levels here and there. And like some of the more difficult ones, just to get them out of the way, seeing as they don't take too long to get to. And worry about some of the 80% ones later on, as they're quite easy in comparison. But here's another one of our main characters, Sea Cucumber. he's... I know some people don't like him. I don't mind him. He has caused a lot of deaths in the run due to certain levels in this game. Oops, did not mean to. Go back into the menu though. The one neat thing about this game is that the cutscenes keep going on even if you just chuck the bomb through, so you can get rid of this debris or these boxes during the cutscene, recharge an ink, and then throw another bomb. Wow, I thought I was going to die on the first level there. Would have, I guess after my heist run yesterday morning, failing on the first level isn't exactly a new concept. Well, I'm gonna grab this armor here because the next enemy tends to laser focus you sometimes. And if I don't grab it, I can easily lose my shield and ultimately go slower. I have to wait for the door to open anyway, so might as well grab it. So yeah, he's just explaining everything of how things are going to work. We also get introduced to Hell and Marina. Some of the new characters introduced into the base game. They're going to be helping us out a little bit later. Also get to see a bunch of the conversations well, I mean, we're not going to see them in this room, but we'll get to see what could be conversations between the three main characters. A tad later. Some of them are quite funny. I haven't actually read through all of them myself, but they're worth a read if you have the time to do so. So yeah, one of the other cool things about this, we get to use some of the special weapons that you would see in the campaign with their own dedicated levels. This time the bowler. I think that's the correct name. I don't know, I don't play multiplayer enough to really know what these weapon names are. But we also get to see like some of the some of the modes from the online game as their own dedicated levels. Some of them are better than others, but they're all pretty good fun. Next up is one of probably the most hated mechanics in this game. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, this first one isn't too bad, but they do get quite bad quite fast. It's the 8-ball levels. The 8-balls don't move how you think they move. I'm not particularly sure. I've had it oh, are you kidding me? I've had it explained to me before. Unfortunately, that was quite a bit ago. I don't exactly remember. It's like something to do with where you're shooting at it. It goes in a different way than it logically should or something. I'm not entirely sure. But this single item is why CQ can be, well, I guess this and limited ink missions. Why CQ can be quite, I can't pronounce the word, benevolent, I think that's how you pronounce it, ruler. If this falls into the abyss, it will just blow us up. as we might see now. No, good. That was a tad close for comfort. I actually didn't even pay attention to what just happened. That's a seesaw skip. Usually we'd have to use a balloon of ink to launch it across the seesaw, but we can just skip all that. It doesn't matter. It's quite an annoying skip at times, and quite easy to fail, but oh well. Next up, Popping Fresh. One of our, what only just realised recently, many auto scrolls. There's not much we can do to speed up time by barring menuing. So if you've got any incentives or plugs or anything like that, any donations, now's probably a good time to go through them.
Sure. So I'd just like to remind people watching at home, I think we're all watching at home, but you know what I mean, that we do have some donation incentives coming up. For example, we have a Hearthstone donation incentive to do the League of Evil Last Boss Showcase, and that is missing around about $110. So we're almost there, so get your donations in. Very much appreciated.
Alright. Yeah, so we're just popping balloons here. If we miss one, the tail doesn't exactly appear, so want to try and avoid that as much as possible. I was practicing this last night, and this level has not been kind to me, so I'm very glad nothing bad happened. You can lose quite a bit of time if you die midway through one of these levels, so it's not too much fun. Alright, one of my favourite characters in this game. He's pretty cool. ISO Padre. They do quite like their puns. But as we complete the game, we're going to be getting mem cakes for beating it, and if we turn them into him, he'll give us equipment. We won't be getting them in this run, but it's something cool to note. Each line we complete, we can turn them in. Okay, Spin Doctor. This level shouldn't be as hard as it is. Last night I couldn't get a run past this level. Hopefully I don't have that type of luck today. I mean, it's already going better than it did. It's quite easy to fall off these. Oh, that could be dangerous. Never mind. But yeah. Not really much to say here, we just use the targets to make stuff move. Actually, one thing interesting about that last platform, if you end up jumping there, because you can go into the ink and jump for the goal, usually pretty fast to do so. On that platform in particular, if you do it, I think it's the speed's going about the same rate as your jump speed, and you don't really make any distance. It's caused me to lose a bit of time here and there as I've done runs, because I just plain off forget about it. So, one of the other new other concepts in this run, like I said earlier, we're going to be getting some modes from the multiplayer. First up, we got tower control. Not a fan, I'm going to be honest. This level used to be one of my least favourite. I've gotten a lot better at it, and I know what to do now. I mean, I still don't like it, but it's at least easier. Pretty much all the spawns are consistent. There's one spawn of an enemy which can be a bit of a pain. I'm not entirely sure what causes it to spawn. Most of the time it doesn't. And then some of the time it just likes to be a pain and wants my run to die. And it does spawn. I have a feeling it's to do with popping that sprinkler that I just blew up. But I honestly have no idea. So yeah, sometimes on that platform over there, where the sprinkler was, an enemy can spawn. But, like I said, I don't particularly know what causes it. I have a feeling it's this enemy spawning there, but I don't know. It hasn't been enough of an issue where I need to worry about it. Fairly mundane level. Saying that, we've got an 8-ball level coming up, so it's I prefer those mundane levels over these 8-balls, especially the next two, or the next three actually aren't that much fun. Oh wait, no, this one, yeah, never mind, I'm getting them confused. The two after this are pain, but this one's actually kind of interesting. It's got a bit of a skip in it. So usually we would have to kill all three of these enemies, but we can just skip that and jump around it. So we're going to take the checkpoint, take an intentional death here, just so this cycle lines up, and if we're fast enough we can end up making a cycle later on in the level. It's a bit hard to make, and I usually don't, but we'll try. That there's actually also a small little tech. If we make it through fast enough, we can use the autodons, splat bombs to hit the switch instead. Saves a little bit of time, not much. At least I like to think it saves time. I'm not actually entirely sure. Oh, that didn't work. Alright. So what I was trying to do though, by having like a half covered switch, and then pausing and unpausing, it can read the switch as fully covered and just let you go through. There's a few switches that, ooh, that's very close to going off the edge. There's a few switches that it can't work on. I know for a fact that one does work, it just for some reason didn't there. But if we were a little bit faster, we would have been able to like not wait there and made the cycle for the platform. It's pretty tight. Let's see if I can make it across here without dying this time. Oh yeah, we did it. I'll call that a success. Ooh, that was really close. The 8-ball can, as you might be able to see, bounce off the top of the end goal and just fall off the level. literally nothing you can do about it. Static sound might be coming from my mic. I had to turn it up a little bit more than I usually do. If it becomes a problem, I can try turning it down again and see if you can still hear stuff. I've been really meaning to get a new mic. I just have not had the time to do so. Anyway, so this level we get to use another special weapon. The ink jets. But this level doesn't exactly know what death planes are. And we can just straight up skip everything. It's kind of cool. You'd really think there would be a death plane somewhere here, so you couldn't do stuff like this, but kind of cool there isn't. Alright, so that's like one of my favorite levels in the game. It has a cool skip. It's quite interesting to go through. Quite cool to optimize. This next level, however, is one of my least favorites. It's an 8-ball level, so it's already bad enough. But it's an RNG 8-ball level. All we have to do is get 3 in a row. Doesn't sound that hard. Yeah, about that. Not only is it very difficult to get 3 in a row, and there's no real consistent way of doing so. I thought I had a consistent way, but yeah, it just doesn't want to work half the time. Oh, is that gonna work? Maybe. And then if we get all 4 balls in, and we still haven't got a 3 in a row, we just blow up. And have to do the entire level again. There we go. That level can take anywhere between, I don't know, 20-30 seconds to 3 minutes. It's not fun. Well, I mean, it could be fun in a casual sense, but in a speedrun it is not a fun level. So next up is Freakazoid. Freakazoid is actually a pretty fun level. And I think I used the wrong weapon for this, so this should be interesting. Oh yeah, it's not too big of a deal. It just means we're gonna have to charge up our weapon instead. Oh. Nice, jumped a little bit in the wrong direction there. It's unfortunate, but it does show off a really cool mechanic of snipers. I think it's particular snipers that do this. But if you hold a charge as you wait, I don't need to do it here. As you go through an ink rail, it keeps the charge. It's pretty cool. There is a skip. Please climb the wall. There is a skip where you can go from the first part of the level all the way to the end. straight off the bat, like for the first platform. I've tried it. I have never been able to get it. I was trying it this morning actually, after being explained to it how to do it last night. But I just could not land it for the life of me. So, just gonna not worry about it. Alright, Notorious Station. Pretty cool level. You just use bombs. I would like to use a gun. We don't have access to a gun. It's just bombs. Not really anything else to say about this level. I think there's a way to skip this part. I think the record tries to go for it and then doesn't, where you can jump onto this platform and you might be able to make it to that one. Not 100% sure on that. I haven't actually seen video of it, I've just seen someone try and do it, and then not do it. So, can't give you a actual answer on that one. But it would not surprise me if that is the thing. Oops. But this level's pretty cool. Using the bounce pad to get the extra height and launching a curling bomb to try and hit a switch. It really tests your knowledge of how the game mechanics work, and that's just what this what Octo expansion is. It takes what you know from the main game, and makes it more difficult. Good challenge if anybody has played Splatoon 2 and wants something a bit more difficult. Alright, this is the other 8-ball station I was talking about. It's a little bit more forgiving than SWAS 8-ball, where you have a bit more control over where everything goes. But we're just going to be playing some Breakout. Man, can't get to the top row. Usually it's not this difficult. There we go. Whoops, didn't mean to step on that platform. There we go. And that's our Breakout speedrun. Pretty slow, but we'll take it. For both like SWAS and that level in particular, my first run of this managed to get like a really good time and have not been able to replicate it since. It's quite difficult. So yeah, we've got another one of those auto scrollers, so if you want to say anything, you've got some time to do so.
Sure. So I'd just like to remind everybody watching what we're actually raising money for. So, and also who we are. So we are Oz Speedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. For this event, we're raising money for Beyond Blue, a charity working to raise awareness of mental health issues and to reduce the stigma around these issues, and to help people achieve the best possible mental health. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ozspeedruns.com. And there's also a lot of incentives that you can put your donations towards. For example, there's a Hearthstone incentive and a Refunked low percent run showcase incentive. Oh, that one's been met, sorry. There is also, just probably worth repeating that the Hearthstone incentives got $100 left to go. But you can find out all about our incentives. I'll ping in the chat so that you know where to go.
Sweet. If Refunk's the game I'm thinking of, it should be a pretty good run to watch, that's for sure. It's good to hear that I got met. Alright, so this next level is what I consider one of the hardest levels in the game, as the name may imply, but I can't touch this station. We can't be hit by ink at all. It doesn't matter if there's enemy ink, it doesn't matter if it's just on the ground. No matter what happens, we can't get hit. It's one of 2 levels that do this. Or, oh no, 3 levels that do this. All 3 of them are difficult. This one's probably the most fun of them though. So I'm just gonna concentrate on this because, yeah, I can die quite easily. Ideally that curly bomb would have exploded and taken out all of the rocket things. I'm not exactly sure what their official name is, but that saves a fair bit of time. I mean, all in all, that went pretty well. It wasn't my best, but it certainly wasn't my worst. Yo, Stubbins. Good to see you, man. Yo, that was a gold. How much did I gold that by? I golded by a second. In comparison, this level is probably one of the easiest levels in the run. Well, these last 3 levels have been all ones that we do in 80%, so I'm quite used to them. But yeah, we just have to defend this orb. We can also do this. I think that's pretty cool. I have gone on record multiple times that I have never lost this level. Whether or not that changes today, who knows? We're gonna try and not lose it today, because yeah, that'd be quite interesting, I guess. I don't know. Unfortunately, can't get damageless here, but shoot that. Just casually jump off the side before the level ends. Bit nerve-wracking in case that actually did fail. But most of the time it's fine. So, we're going to collect our first thing. First of 4, like I mentioned. unfortunately, unlike usual, there isn't really as much of a mystery of what this could be, but I wonder what it is, chat. Could it be a measuring cup? I don't know. Oops. Yeah, I have no idea what we could be making. But whatever it is, we must keep going. Whoops, sorry. So next is Far Out Station. This is based on probably one of my least favorite mechanics from the main series. To the point I actually can't remember the name of it. We'll find out here. Yeah, Rainmaker, that's it. I don't particularly like the Rainmaker. It certainly makes this level quite difficult. Unfortunately, this isn't the only time we'll be seeing the Rainmaker. There is one more level with it. And we're gonna die here. Cool. And that is why I don't like this level, gonna be honest. Ideally we make it back to the end before they blow up the shield. And blow it up ourselves, but that doesn't seem like it's gonna be the case. Yeah. I'm just gonna reset this level. It's gonna be incredibly difficult to get otherwise. Ow. Just pulled out my headphone. Can't hurt. Luckily we can skip the cutscenes on the second viewing, so it's not too bad. And unlike a lot of levels, this doesn't change any cycles, so alright, there we go. That's what should have happened during the first attempt. Doesn't matter if our shield gets broken as long as we land on the platform. Alright, gnarly rails. So this is our, I believe, the first time we're getting introduced to dualies. Let alone the dualie squelch is probably one of my favourite weapons. The dualies allow us to do rolls, dodge rolls. They're quite useful. They make us drop down a tad faster than we would be otherwise, and let us do skips like this. Whoops. And make mistakes like that. I should have been going close to the rail there, but I think because I did one dodge roll instead of two, it changed how I was going. I'm trying to do the on the corners there is actually quite annoying. There is a fast way to go through this section though. We can shoot some of the Octo snipers, I think they're called, and dodge roll across the wires, but anytime I've tried that, I failed quite a bit. There's also a really weird, I'm not sure if it's a bug or something, but you can dodge roll off when you go up that wall, land on the floor, and then immediately go into the treadmill thing, and then get not launched far enough, and die because of it. It's quite a weird interaction. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what causes it. Are you kidding me? So I definitely pressed the B button there. There was a cycle that I was trying to make, but I don't think I'm gonna make it now. It's a good song though. But yeah, we would be able to make it on that card there and be able to skip a whole bunch. But we're just going to be taking it a tad slower. A bit more of the scenic view. It's not too big of a deal. We end up about the same position anyway. Got to dodge all these, I'm actually not sure what these things would be called. I just know they're from car washes. I can't exactly call this the most efficient car wash. I mean, unless you want your car covered in ink. I don't know. Yeah, it's certainly a paint job, that's for sure. Alright. So, probably another one of my least favourite levels. Not entirely sure which one will be up top, but I mean, it has this cool appeal to it. There is a skip that is kind of neat. But we're mostly just killing the enemies as fast as possible. I probably should have taken the armor. Well, I'll get another chance at that. No, I just saw it. Just noticed what my money count is at. Well, what was that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's kind of cool. The skips coming up here. It mainly just means that we don't have to take as much time dealing with one of the guys. So instead of dealing with this guy, we can just throw an auto bomb over there and it'll blow up. So this is the reason I don't like this level. We have to make it through all these enemies. It's not an easy endeavor. Especially because all of them are throwing bombs. this is why I like having the shield. Give me that extra hit. But it doesn't look like it's going to be needed. Yeah, the rest of these guys we can just take out using the launcher there. And then use the stingray for everyone else here. Like, please just let me put you there. Okay, that didn't nearly go as bad as I thought it was going to. Wait, did I not kill everyone? Oh my god, one of them stayed alive. That usually does not happen. Oh. Well, first for everything, I suppose. Oh well. It's not that big of a deal. The next level here is actually kind of cool, though. Usually you would be using a sniper rifle here, take out all the enemies, while everyone, they can see your position. But who needs that? Let's go in with what I guess equivalently would be a machine gun or something? I don't know. Not entirely sure. It's the jet squelcher. Though we do have to be a tad careful here, not just because we are absolutely surrounded by enemies. But we can there's a lot of I forget what they're called. Basically we shoot ink at it and we get sent to that location. We can accidentally hit them and get put into a position that we don't want to be in. Definitely makes this level a lot faster than trying to use a sniper though. They charge up a bit too much. Well, yeah, I guess they're the chargers, not the snipers, but you know what I mean. But yeah, here's our second tank. Yeah, I can definitely not tell what this is supposed to be. Who knows? This is just a stand for our cup that we got before. Definitely nothing menacing. It's definitely nothing to worry about. Okay. This is next thing. I'm gonna have to get you some interaction from you guys. I'm going to require you to give me 3 numbers. First off, I need the number 1 or 2. Just pick 1 or 2. Don't care who says it, just need a number of 1 or 2. Alright. So, next, I need a number between 1 and 7. I'm gonna need 2 numbers between 1 and 7, actually. This will be important for later in the run. Okay, so I'm going to take the first 3 down. So 2, 7, 6. Cool, I'll keep that in mind for later. like I said, those numbers are going to become important in about... I'm actually not sure how much time. In about 20 minutes, that's going to become important. So I probably should write this down somewhere. Okay, let's see, 276. Just so I can keep note. Alright, so this level has actually a really cool skip in it. Usually we'll have to go around the entire thing. But we can land here. Oh, I think I failed it. Yep, definitely failed it. And hit the checkpoint that's there and then take the death. Skipping a whole bunch, but it can be pretty precise and I wasn't able to get the boost fast enough. So we're going to take the ultimate route. So yeah, we would have just landed here, hit the checkpoint, and then taken the death. It's pretty neat, but it can be somewhat difficult. By getting it, we save probably 7 seconds, I think it is, maybe a little bit less. By missing it, we lose 14, so... Alright, so if anybody was missing the 8-ball levels, don't worry, we are going into an 8-ball level. There was people missing the 8-ball levels, right? This level's not too bad. There's a couple of things that can go wrong, but for the most part, it's fairly easy. Put it another way, I guess it's uneventful. I'm gonna regret saying that. This is a level we do in any percent, so I should know how to do this optimally. But these two enemies right behind me can shoot the platform under me, can... Oof, thought I might have got into a bug there. Can shoot the 8-ball, can just do a number of things that make this level a whole lot more difficult. Okay, the corridor wasn't too bad. The 8-ball can just get stuck, just keep going back and forth there. It can be quite difficult to stop, but that wasn't too bad. Alright, so before I mentioned there was a few two more levels that can't get touched by enemy ink. This next one is one of them. Move it station. Very apt name for what's about to happen. We don't even get a weapon this time. We just have to dodge enemy bullets. It's 30 seconds of quite a lot of difficulty. So I'm gonna have to concentrate here. Ooh, that's pretty close. I think that deserves a bit of a hype, because I usually fail that. But yeah, that level can be quite challenging at times. Next gimmick is we have limited ink. There's a cycle we can make that's a little bit faster than what I'm going to be doing. I've made it once, period. And I don't even know how I did it. So we're going to go with the slightly slower route. It's not even that slower. Like, usually we would be on that side and have made it up already. But we also then have to walk over and it becomes a whole thing. Alright, Radical Rails. It's an interesting level. So if I didn't hit the right weapon there, the cycle I'm about to do would be completely different. It's a very cycle based level. It's quite easy also to not be on the correct cycle. I mean, I guess there's no real quote-unquote correct cycle. It's just this one is easier than others. Alright, that wasn't actually that bad. You can do that quite a bit faster, but I think my fastest is probably having 38 seconds left on the clock. Maybe 37 seconds. Can't remember. It's been a while. Alright. And in case you weren't, you didn't, you liked the limited ink levels, here's another one. We're going to play some, I'm not sure if this would be snooker or pool, actually. Although, a variation of it. Oh, that was way too much power there. And that wasn't enough. I'm just going to reset that. I was supposed to do those shots in the opposite order. Kind of unfortunate, but it's whatever. But yeah, we have a limited amount of ink to do these, to take all these shots with. I'm trying to hit as many I mean, sure game, if that's what you want to do. I suppose I can't disagree. Oh, how are we going to get the... I thought that was going to hit through. We shouldn't need the ink tank here. I'm probably going to regret doing that, but it's pretty easy to pick up afterwards. Where's that going to go? That's going to be a tricky shot. Yeah, we're going to need an ink tank. We're not going to be able to take another shot without running out. And if we run out of ink, we get blown up by CQ. Just out of range. That is not even remotely where I wanted it to go. Oh, that better not be like too far away for me to actually hit it. Okay, never mind. Well, that's not too bad. I think I should be able to take a rebound here. Not how I mean, sure. That shouldn't have worked, but that was a cool shot. If only I could do that kind of shot in real life. That'd be really awesome. Yeah, this level's nothing special. We just use a charger to get through it. Nothing we haven't seen before. It's got some pretty sweet music though. Oh, whoops, missed the shot. To be a tad careful here because we can easily get hit by this dude, but it's not too big of a deal. So I'd like to admit I haven't oh, how do I phrase that? I've been hit by that, that's what I'm trying to say. I've been hit by that guy a few more times than I would like to admit. That's what I was trying to, that's the phrasing I was trying to get across. Words are difficult. Man, I haven't talked this much in a while. My throat is starting to get dry. Yeah, this level, use the paintbrush to move faster than we would normally to break all the targets. I believe the smaller brush, I think it's the Octo brush, I could be wrong there, is a tad faster than this, but it's it's got a smaller hitbox, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. I haven't tried to do that one before. Oh no, well, I've tried it once and it went terribly. But I don't think it saves that much time over the normal route. Alright. This level is what most people consider the hardest level. Most people I've seen in chat when I've streamed this game, most people I've talked to outside of streaming have said they don't like this level. And I can see why. It's a hard level. We have to protect the orb from everyone. And we can pick whatever weapon we want. We're just going with the classic. I usually go with this or the dualies. Both work, up to personal preference. But this level isn't difficult once you know where everything spawns. Like, it's not too bad. We can use bombs there to, I swear if I die from this. So, this level is actually the hardest level in the game. Luckily we died early, so it's not too big of a deal. Doesn't waste too much time. That's the first time I've died there in ages though, so... But yeah, we can shoot down the enemies from the side there and make them spawn faster. Oh, why didn't the bomb throw? That's gonna be bad. going to use that. This is kinda bad. Though I think I've got it under control. Alright. We've done it. That shouldn't have gone that terrible. Get those smiley faces out in chat for that level. Alright. This next level is it's something. Basically, we're going to have to shoot all the orange boxes without destroying any of the... I'm not sure what the other color you would call normal boxes, wooden boxes. We're just trying to create this octopus looking thing. If we miss a shot, we lose. So I'm gonna concentrate on this for a few minutes. As yeah, one missed shot can waste a lot of time. Oh, that was a missed shot. I wasn't close enough. So as long as we hit a box with our blaster, it's fine. We don't have to worry about it. If we miss, the explosion radius will hit the other boxes. These light boxes, or light brown ones, can take a single shot, a single indirect shot. So they're actually quite durable, but yeah, miss one of the shots and... Oh, that's a new one. No, while we're here. Let's take this a little bit slow, shall we? Oh, I still ran out of ink. Alright. Wasn't expecting that. Sweet, we got it. So what just happened there is I hit the grapple thing just as the cutscene started. And as shown earlier with the bomb in the first level, the cutscenes will still play and whatever action is happening will still go ahead. So we get put to the middle platform as the cutscene plays. It saves a little bit of time. Alright, this is our first boss. First of 6 bosses? I could be miscounting. Um, First up is the Octo shower. It's pretty easy for the most part. There is a faster kill cycle that I can go for. I'm not really great at it, so just gonna. Oh, are we really gonna die to the first phase? Huh. That hasn't happened in a while. The first phase is actually like the hardest though, so I'm not too surprised. But yeah, that's odd. What can happen though, which it's very annoying to pull off. As you might have been able to see, I think this is called tentacles. They get covered in ink by just the leftover spray from the Octo jet. Oh, our weapon. If we can cover. Whoops, that was supposed to. Oh yeah, actually I just showed it. We can get a double kill there. It's a tad faster, but very unreliable. So that was pretty cool. I get to show that off. Unfortunately, because of the death, I didn't save. I couldn't get a gold there. I think that would have been otherwise. Oh well. Only a few more levels and we have the thing completed. Man, and now we got a lid to our cup. Like, we got a stand for it and we got a lid. Like, this drinking glass is gonna be, well, I guess mug. I guess you don't make glass mugs. I don't know. This cup is gonna be a bit fancy. There's definitely not anything else. I don't know what you're talking about. So, those numbers I asked for before, 276, is what's going to determine what Agent 3 we're going to be facing. So we're going to be facing a female Agent 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 6. No doubt. This is the Agent 3 we're going to be facing. And this is also the inner Agent 3 we're going to be facing later on. So congrats, chat. You have decided the path of the run. I've seen the blob. I've always wanted to play the blob. I've never actually had a chance to. It looks like a fun game. I think last year, last ASM, there was the blob run, if I'm remembering correctly. Sure, that was fast. So, yeah, thought so. Fortunately, I think I missed that. Might not be a bad thing to go rewatch. Anyway, so this level has a particularly, I wouldn't call it difficult, but it can be challenging. We'll go with that. Skipping it. So hopefully, if we don't hit it, it's waste like 10 seconds. It's not that big of a deal. So right here. Sweet, we hit it. So yeah, we can just skip a whole part of this level. It's pretty cool. I went through a whole period of time where I just could not land that trick whatsoever. If you don't jump at the right point, you just don't make it. Alright. So this is the fourth thing. It's same as the rest. There's not really much to say about these things besides trying to guess what it is. Oh no, it's it's a blender. Yes, it's a blender. I was trying to think what else could use these parts, but no, it's a straight up blender. And we're going to the promised land. While this is going, we have about a minute. So if there's anything you want to say, feel free.
Yep. So I'd just like to say that we are at $7,400 at the minute. So we're just $100 off $7,500, and then we're 3/4 of the way towards that fantastic 10k goal. So that it would be great if we could hit 10k, but I think we can hit 7,500 by the end of the run. We've got 2 hours to go till the end, so we appreciate any, even if it's really small, any donation you can make. We're really humbled by your support. So yeah, and definitely check out what incentives you can also contribute towards. For example, the Hearthstone run that's coming up. There's an incentive that's outstanding for that.
Yeah, I was quite amazed yesterday at how high we got. Wasn't expecting to hit the 5,000 so early. Quite awesome to see. But yeah, this is the character you guys created. Congratulations, Chuck, once again. But yeah, ideally, if we wanted to go with the fastest method, we would have it would have been 2-1-1. Less menuing, but oh, it's kind of cool to have a different character to face up against. Well, at least visually. Alright, so we're going to go through our escape sequence. So, as you guys might be aware, I was playing a stealth game yesterday where we just ignored the stealth altogether. We're going to do the same here. We don't have a weapon. We don't have any bombs. We don't have any way to defend ourselves. But that doesn't matter. We don't have to defend ourselves if we can't get hit. There is a few sections we still have to worry about stealth just because it's a bit difficult to get through otherwise, but for the most part it's not that big of a deal. Though that guy right there can take a shot at you and ruin your jump. Ooh, that was close. Alright, let's see if I can get the skip. Sweet. That actually went a hell of a lot better than I thought it was going to. You can easily miss the jump from the ink wire. It doesn't really waste too much time, it's just a bit of a pain. But it throws off all the cycles, so... Sorry if you can hear background noise at the moment. The other individual in the house just woke up. So... yeah, there is a skip in this level called Octo shot skip, as the name implies. You skip the Octo shot. I am pretty bad at it, but I'm gonna go for it once or twice. Like it's completely RNG if I get it. But I think it would be funny if I do get it. So we're gonna quickly go for it. So we need you. So in an actual run, we wouldn't even bother with this. But we'll give it a couple of shots. If we manage to hit this, cool. If we don't, whatever. Oh, 2 more shots. Alright, we failed. Basically what's supposed to happen there is a bit of the ink lands on the button. And even if it partially covers it, we can do the pause thing that I showed off just then. And we are able to skip this entire section. It saves a fair bit of time if you get it first try. If it takes 10 attempts, it's about as much as it would have been to just go through this normally. So, yeah, it's usually not worth going through in this longer category. There's a lot of other time saves you can get. But I thought it was would be kind of funny. Oh, this guy is usually never here. This should be interesting. Oh, it's not a big deal. But yeah, we can just hit that button anyway. Like I said, it's completely RNG. It's the ink spurts that happen from the bomb. There's no controlling of where it goes. It's not reliable. Alright, so this level in particular is quite challenging. There's a cycle we want to make. It's a lot of runners say it's easy to make. I have a little bit of difficulty doing so. I can make it. It's just I usually cut it a tiny bit too close for comfort. But let's go for it. It saves a fair bit of time if we make it. Never mind, my input got eaten. Or at least didn't register. I need to get a new controller. Ugh. Oh well. We won't be able to see the fast strats for this, but that's no big deal. It means that we're going to have to take a death later, but it's not the worst thing. You can go away. This actually would have been around like the same type of pattern we would have had if we got the skip anyway, so I guess sort of showed it off. Kind of works, I guess. Yeah. Once again, words are difficult. Alright, Octocopter. So yeah, this section right here would be a little bit further along, so we take a death there, and it's a bit faster than just waiting. Of course, the Octocopter decides to be nice today. That copter can jet around a little bit, and it's quite difficult to hit sometimes, but am I an Oct? I'm guessing that I'm an Octoling. At the moment, yes I am. Those two wires are a bit of a pain to do. I most of the time get hit there. Luckily I didn't today, but it can be annoying. Tiny bit of a skip in this level. You can go in between the wires instead of doing what I'm doing. Very prone to get hit by them if you do, so gonna not. But yeah, level 4 is the easiest one of them all, even though it's probably caused me quite a lot of deaths. Alright, another level that's based off a cycle. Ideally, by the time we get to the data point that's turning around in the background there, it will be facing upwards, or at least very close to, and we'll be able to grab it straight away. Though that is easier said than done. But we'll give it a shot. Not bad so far. There's a chance we make this. Oh, that's kind of bad though. Kind of need our shield. Mostly because when without it we move a lot slower. So yeah. It's not ideal. I don't think we make the cycle, like the fast cycle. Oh, we definitely don't make the fast cycle now. That's a tad unfortunate, but there's a backup here. Quite slow, but it works. Normally you would take a couple of shots and then climb up the wall back there, but this works too. Oh, no, come on. Make it. Thank you. Interesting. I'm just gonna take the death here. That should put me back near the data point. So yeah. Can try that again. I can climb the wire, please. Can you believe this isn't even the hardest level in this area? That goes to the next level. The next level is a lot more difficult. If anybody's played this game, it's called Escape 6. At least. And it's... yeah... we have to take the orb that we just saved to the end without having it blow up. And there is a lot of things that are trying to blow it up. Usually you can make that, like past this brush thing. I'm going to take it a tad slow so I can grab the piece of armor here. Oh, that was a tad close to comfort. Yeah, the armor just makes it so I can survive a bomb in case I get hit. Luckily the health does reset. Something cool to note though is that the core can survive a direct hit. Not a direct hit, like going through one of those lasers at full speed. So we make use of that and not have to hit an extra switch there.
Possible to read out a donation?
Yeah, just about. Once we're done with this fight, you're gonna have at least 5 minutes to
Alright, I'll wait then.
do so. So this phase is a fight between me and the Agent 3 that we created earlier. There is a skip here that we can do. It saves, I think, about 7 seconds if done first try. I have not been able to get it recently, but I'll give it a shot. It doesn't waste any time for not going for it, so. So we can stand up here. Wait for a specific dialogue box to happen. This one. Jump. Oh, we got it. Nice. And take a death here. From when that dialogue box comes up, it hits a trigger, I guess. That hits, I guess, a checkpoint, just a bit further on the level. Meaning we can take a death and then skip straight to it, so we don't have to have the elevator rise as much. Kind of cool. Yeah. So there is 4 phases to this fight. First phase is not too bad. We throw a bomb, take a few shots. Next phase here, just get her into a corner with the balloon thing and blow it up before it's able to do so. Third phase, just use a bomb again. It's not too tricky. Fourth phase is a little bit harder, but managed to get the quick kill. That one just does 3 downs and you just have to hit it before anything bad happens. But yeah, if you want to read out that donation, feel free.
Closer to the 7,500 mark that I said it would be really easy for us to reach by the end of the run, so please get your donations in. Anything you can give is very much appreciated.
Awesome, thank you very much, Stones. Much appreciated. I was wondering why why the video ended up playing back again. Makes sense. But yeah, like I said, we got about 4 more minutes of cutscenes, so if there's anything else to say.
We always have a lot to say. There's always things to plug, there's always things to talk about.
For sure.
Yes. So we do have a very long list of incentives that if you want to get bang for your buck, so to speak, and, you know, determine the outcome of games, there's plenty that you can still donate towards. So, for example, a bonus game in Fantasy Zone, it's got quite a long way to go. It's got over $200 to go. And also, there is a Link to the Past file name bid war, and you can choose any name. You know, keep it PG rated, please. That's 4 characters. So, yeah, at the moment, Jeff is in the lead with $12.07, but Lonk is trailing at $5.11. So it's all to play for. And as I say, there's no real reason not to put your donation towards one of these incentives, and you can determine the outcome or how, you know, an entire run goes. You know, the file name throughout the entire run. So that's really exciting. And just very quickly remind you that we are raising money for Beyond Blue, which is a charity working to raise awareness of mental health issues and to reduce the stigma around such issues to help people achieve their best possible mental health. And if you want to donate, you go to donate.ozspeedruns.com.
Awesome. Not sure which file name I would prefer out of those two. To be honest, they're both pretty solid.
I'm a fan of Jeff, but you know, we love a good bid war, you know, a good snipe, a good fight. So get all your ideas in.
Oh well. So yeah, the story at the moment, he's taken a bunch of the previous 10,007 attempts made at this. Used the blenders for some interesting reasons, and deciding to destroy the entire city and restart the evolution cycle. So we're going to put a stop to that with Marina's excellent Photoshop skills. The fact that she was able to put this together is like insane enough. Even more so that she has already pre-made images of each character that look a lot better than anything else on the screen. We have 3 minutes to do this. It's not going to take 3 minutes to destroy all of them. You can pretty much do this all in, I forget what the fastest one is, but I think somebody's done it in less than 1:30. So just wait for all of them to spawn and just destroyed everything. But I have a feeling... Alright, I'll be right back. I'll quickly pause that. Sorry about that. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So we're just gonna hit a whole bunch of these. I think they're ordergons, or I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the cutscene. The only part of that cutscene I really care about is the hype man. Yeah, let me try something. Alright, unplugged and replugged the mic, so I don't think that's gonna really, actually, hopefully that might help. I'm not entirely sure, I could have made it worse. Um, Alright, so coming up here is the end of the boss fight. Well, as much as you can call this a boss fight. That should be fine. Oh, no. Let's... Oh, that was lucky. Thought I might have missed that. So even once this is over, there is a chance I could die on the fight. I have done it before. I've done it more than once. So I'm going to try and avoid that. It means that we'd have to redo a 3-minute cutscene. Well, a 3-minute boss fight. Might be best to turn down the mic a little bit on my side, just because I think that might be an issue as well, because I usually don't have it as high as it is right now. I'll just put it to where I usually have it and see how it is. So hopefully you guys can hear me and it's not like being overpowered by the game. But yeah, that is technically the end of the first part of everything going on. Let's see, what's my time at? Alright, that's not too bad. I'm not sure how that compares to... Sweet. I'm not sure how that compares to my PB. Let's check. So about 1 hour 47. Okay, I'm a little bit behind, but that's to be expected. It's not too bad. It is a real hype moment. Just having the Pearl yelling at the boss to take it down, kind of cool. So the game has saved. Now we can close down the game, reopen it, and continue with the room. I've discussed this with a few people who's come through stream, and if they ever make a third game of this, I really hope they do the story mode similar to Octo expansion. It's so much better than the normal DLC, or the normal levels.
Would you mind, just for people who are new to the run, would you explain what just happened? So did you sort of complete any percent and now you're restarting to...
Okay. So previously I mentioned that there was a couple routes you can go through this. You can either play through any, basically the 80% route or what I did. But either way, once you complete the final boss fight, which is the equivalent of a turf war, covering the Statue of Ink, you can wait, you watch the cutscene, wait for the game to save, so you don't, you know, lose everything that you just did, and then reset your game. By doing that, you can get to the menu faster. Otherwise, you'll have to watch a whole bunch of credits. And though the credits are pretty cool, and the song there is really good. That doesn't mean we can go fast. It's unfortunate, but what can you do? But it just means that we get to these levels faster. One thing to say is you might have noticed that I don't have my Switch connected to the internet at the moment. One thing that happens in Splatoon is every 2 hours, you have Marina and Pearl explaining what stages you can fight on and what modes you have. If you're connected to the internet, it takes up a lot of time to go through that, and I have made the mistake that I've left the my Switch connected to the internet without realizing, and wasted a good few minutes, like a good minute or so on it. Oh wow, that missed. It's not too big of a deal, but it does waste a bit of time. So yeah. I keep trying to like press my splits, I don't even have them open. But yeah, the rest of this is going through the levels we haven't completed yet. Technically, we could have gone through, did all the levels prior, and then fought the boss. It really wouldn't have changed much. But yeah, this just ends up being a lot more convenient. Thanks, Aeon. Much appreciated. Alright, so this level has a bit of a cycle of sorts. We have to hit all these boxes in a certain amount of time while the platform is turning. So we do have a pretty good route to go through it. It can get screwed up somewhat easily, mostly here, get moved a bit faster. Oh, if I could stop missing my shots, that'd be much appreciated. I'm gonna have to leave that. I'm dead. Whoops. Alright, let's try that again. I missed a bit too many of my shots there. That's what's supposed to happen. We can take a shot there. And then the last two we need is... okay, right over here. Okay, normally we can get that in a double shot, but it's not too big of a deal. Yeah, throat's starting to hurt. Most of these levels are pretty calm. There's nothing really too big. There's a couple of bosses we have to do. This level's a bit of a pain, again, because 8-ball. And 8-ball's just... it's just like that sometimes. But we've got to guide 3 8-balls to the end. If one of them fall off, it means we take a death. Oh, that was fast. Usually doesn't happen. We can just guide the one if we wanted to, but it does help to have more than that going into the end. I find it a lot easier, but it's up to personal preference. Guiding the 3 8-balls does take some time to do so. Not particularly sure which it would be faster. If it would be faster if the 8-balls would behave. And then right here, we just want the 8-balls to hit the bumpers. If we can get one to stop, we can just guide it into the bumpers multiple times in a row. And get like multi-hits on it. These enemies aren't doing me any favors. Okay, one thing to note is that we could technically do that level, get to the launch pad with one of those bumpers remaining, as we can just go around, but it doesn't really matter either way. Okay, right round station. Which one was this? Go love going into, oh yeah, this one. Go love going into a level and it's like, oh yeah, which one is this again? I can't remember. This one can be a bit of a pain. We have to kill all the enemies in a limited amount of time. Oh, I kind of need that weapon now. We're just gonna take a break here. No, ideally we would have got the Stingray, and would have gotten the enemies while they were quite far away and finished that a little bit faster. But I miss grabbing the Stingray, so not much we can do about that. Alright, Bodelicious Station. It's a bit scary at times. We've got to keep up with the targets and make sure to activate them before the 8-ball has a chance to fall off the map. If we don't, well, we lose the level, so gonna try and avoid that. Right there is an example of the pause thing. I hit majority of the majority of the target and just pause to fill in the rest as I went past. If I didn't do that, we would have failed the level. So it can be quite a useful technique. We'll be seeing the use of it in a few levels time. Actually, should I go for the new strat? Okay, I might go for a strat here that I haven't actually practiced, but I've seen a couple of times. I'm not particularly sure if it's faster or easier. But I'll give it a shot. No, okay. Never mind. So basically what you're supposed to be trying to do there is you're dodging these bowling balls here. And if you're on the side of the platform, you can't get hit by the bowling balls, and you can't get hit by the enemies that will spawn in a bit. It's a bit of a cheap way to go about it, but yeah, I've never attempted it, so I wasn't expecting to grab it there. Oh, it was you. Didn't realize. Yeah, it's a cool looking strat, but it's not something I've put time into looking at. That's cool. I might have to look into how to do it eventually. Alright, so there's actually something really cool with this level. You can't see the platforms. That's the whole gimmick. Unless you ink them. So, I was practicing through this yesterday, and depending on how fast I go about things, I can basically skip some things and go a little bit faster than I usually would. I put a fair bit of practice in yesterday and the day before on this, but it's not something I'm used to yet, so I'm not surprised I missed it. Oh, that could have been bad. If you have a camera and able to capture your TV, the mods might be okay with that. I'm not entirely sure if they allow that type of quality, but it could be something to ask. I know a few leaderboards are fine with it, but not 100% sure about the Splatoon ones. Ah, yeah, makes sense. You could also try streaming using your phone. It's not the best quality, but you know. Anyway, so one thing to note with this level is, as we were trying to get through that section, we were trying to blow up, like hit the these, I'm not actually sure what they're called. They're like the drum things, the handhold drum stuff. You don't want to do it on that third one. It just wastes time. exactly what Shadow Dementio said. You don't need to have your runs approved to actually run the game. You can do it anyway, and it's probably not a bad idea to get practice in where you can. For when you're able to record it. Alright, so earlier in we had Match Master Station. This is the earlier version, the easier one, Matchmaker. So I was actually practicing a route for this yesterday as well, trying to find like a decent route where it's not too slow. Whoops. I think I found a decent one. Shot the wrong block there. That's unfortunate. It's a small time loss, but it's not too big of a deal. Oops. That should be fine. We're just gonna head to the goal and get told off for not trying to appreciate the art that we just made. Unfortunately, art appreciation is slow, so we don't want to stick around. This level's pretty cool though. There's a couple of skips. Well, I'm not sure if you would really call them skips, but you can go up to the next area a little bit faster if you use the Rapid Blaster Pro, as it has a longer range. I suppose, yeah, that would be, yes, seems just skipping stuff, but details. It's really fun to go through that stage quite fast. Though one mistake and you're going back to the bottom and restarting, so you gotta be a bit careful. Alright, here's the other level of I've already forgotten what the name of the weapon is. The Rainmaker. This one's worse than the other that we did earlier. A lot more things can go wrong. I was practicing it and I could not get any of the strats I used prior working, so this should be interesting, and we've already taken death. Alright. that's not too big of a deal. It's still pretty early on. We don't have to worry about enemies bursting the bubble there. Oh, what? Sorry. Hit you. Okay, we're just gonna wait here and get back our shield. As it's quite important. Right, Cubular Station. It was quite difficult of a stage, but now I've figured out how to go about things. It's actually not that hard. There's a specific route that I'm going to be taking, and it's going to use the pause button bug glitch. I'm not entirely sure what you would call it. That I was using prior. But yeah, we're just gonna have to collect all 8 data points. Let's do it on this one. So we don't want to have that trigger until we get to this room. But that's the level. Definitely a lot faster than what I used to do, which is just find the closest point and hope that it's in the right orientation to hit. Yeah. Next level is a boss. The boss fight here is... It can be easy, but it also can be really difficult. Depending on what attacks he uses. There's a couple of attacks he goes through, he can do multiple times, or he can just do once. If he does it once, the boss fight's a lot easier. Multiple times he can shoot you off the side of the map, and you have to restart. So let's hope it's the former. Once again, this is a long boss fight, so if you want to make any clothes or anything, or donations, now's a pretty good time.
Sure. So I'd just like to remind everybody watching that we are Oz Speedruns, and we're a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. There's groups like this around the world, and there is also one in Australia. For this event, we're raising money for Beyond Blue, a charity working to raise awareness of mental health issues and reduce the stigma around these issues to help people achieve their best possible mental health. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ozspeedruns.com. And especially with what's going on at the moment with, for example, with COVID, it's extremely important to take care of your mental health. So it's a very, very good cause, and we are appreciative of every dollar that you can spare. So thank you.
So this is an example of how the boss fight can go wrong. He always does that attack first, but it's usually not too hard to dodge. For some reason I was having a bit of issues. Alright, this is how it's gonna be. Alright. That attack in particular I do not like. Oh. It's no deal. There's still a lot can go quite well in this run. Later on. We'll have to have a look at how many levels we get left after this. So yeah, that's how the boss fight should have gone. You basically lock him in place so he can't jump anywhere and stun him whenever he tries to jump. It's a very fine act to... I don't know, I'm trying to make my words sound correct, but I don't know how. Yep. Words are difficult again. There's a certain sentence that I was going for, but it just was not working out. Oh well. Whoops, wrong button. This level's kind of interesting. There's not really much to say about it. There's a couple of neat skips that so we don't have to worry about breaking a few boxes that take a while. I take the armor here just because safety. Oh, I usually don't get that individual. Usually it ends up blocking my way. Awesome. But yeah, instead of breaking those blocks down, you can just skip that. The ones with... I think it's supposed to be something like similar to Glad Wrap. Quite tough to get through, so we want to try and avoid breaking them as much as possible. Normally you would want to try and beat as many of those enemies just so they're not in the way, but you can just go through and not worry about them. So this level I go in between like what weapon is actually the fastest. I'm not particularly sure. I think it more just comes down to personal choice. We have not only limited ink, but we have to destroy all these boxes with that ink. We don't have any refills. So it's a tad challenging. especially seeing as they're moving targets. The spinning things on it can easily knock you off. Too many runs have gotten to that point. I have spent a good amount of time trying to beat that level. Alright, so this next one, if anyone's played the introduction of this game, they'll know this stage. As it's just the introduction level backwards. So you can't get through it easily by hopping over a few boxes. It's a cool use of previously used level. Good redux of it, if that's the correct word. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I actually didn't realize it was until I started running the game where one of the runners pointed it out to me. It's a cool detail. So usually we would want to beat all these Octoons, as they do get in the way a little bit. But we can just skip by them. Like, we don't need to beat a lot of enemies in these levels. We just need to get to the end. And it makes them a little bit more difficult, but that's what I've... Can't remember what Goose... Oh no, Goose Station, yeah. I remember what this one was. This level is actually quite easy. I suspect it's supposed to be a little bit more challenging than it is, because you can skip a lot. Well, it's not really skip, it's avoid a lot. Like, you don't have to defeat a lot of enemies. So yeah, these enemies here, you can just ignore. They don't unlock anything. These rocket guys you have to destroy, but your weapon does some good splash damage. It's not too big of a deal. But yeah, it's just using the jetpack to get through it. Though, that boost that I did over the car wash thing, I still don't know what they're called, is a little bit tight. Like, you don't have to do it at all. It's more of a excess, like swag strat, I guess, is the best way to put it. Just kind of cool. But yeah, I don't think there's actually that much room for error there. You can... I think if I'm a little bit off with when I boost, I get hit by that and lose my shield. Not 100% on it though. Is it Oh yeah, Inconstation is the one I'm thinking of. I have a feeling I probably should have practiced this one. I think at the time I didn't realize it was this station. But it's not that difficult of a station. I say as I get destroyed in it. Oh well. One thing I always thought you had to wait for that platform to go across, but you don't. It's fairly free. Oh. Okay. Didn't know that happened. Learning new things as I go here. Yeah, these levels have really good music. If nothing else, the soundtrack is something to be praised about this DLC. Shooty McShooter Station. What a great name for a level. So yeah, we just shoot a bunch of targets here. Sometimes it can be a little bit more tricky than made it look there. Trying to get the timing for some of them is a bit annoying, but you can mostly do it in about 4 shots, so. Might as well bring it up though, in case people haven't noticed yet. I think all of the levels, I could be wrong, there might be 1 or 2 that aren't. Names are based on songs or like references to something. Kind of cool to go through and see what's referencing what. Don't know all the references myself, but know a decent chunk. But we do have another tower control mission here. Fairly auto-scrolly, but it can be a bit of a pain. There's a few enemies here that can prove a bit of a challenge. Mostly in the second half of the level. Luckily, we got one of the better weapons in this, being the basic splatter shot. It's a lot easier to control in my opinion. But just knowing where everything spawns helps doing these levels quite a lot. You don't have to worry as much. Ideally, we would have hit them with the bomb right there. Yeah, that's one that you really have to be careful about, and you really want to know that's coming down. if you're standing in the wrong location, you're going to get hit by the Splatdown. So yeah, standing behind the tower there can save you quite a lot of time. Probably one of the more annoying combinations. Right, another level with the baller. It's quite a simple level, though we don't want to get hit too much. We do have a time limit. If we get hit a bit too much, we will run out of time. You can get caught in a bit of a loop of getting hit. Especially when it comes to these missiles. Speaking of right there, almost lost all momentum right there and would have fallen to my death. Get to use his own weapon against him right there. It's a neat thing. Not really sure what else to say about it. Anyone who's seen, I think it, no, I was gonna say it must be the next level I'm thinking of. I'll bring it up then. Slap Bracelet Station. This one is difficult to say the least. Then again, I probably have a little bit more difficulty than I should on this level. Oh. Okay. Mostly due to a couple of enemies, and I mean this part it doesn't help. Oh my! Climb up the damn wall, please. Huh. Cool game. This enemy can snipe you quite well. Seems like there's a few enemies in the game that just have better aim than others. Even though that's probably not true whatsoever. It just feels that way. And these snipers are some of them. We have a limited amount of time to get through this, or else the Slap Bracelet will knock us off. But ultimately it's not too bad of a mission. Please land on the platform. Cool. I've had a couple of times where it's decided not to land on the platform and I don't find that out until I'm halfway down the jump. You can probably guess what the end of that interaction was, would be. Alright, is the next level the one I'm thinking of? Probably not, but... Okay, yes it is. I was going to say earlier, for seeing Game Champ's video about this, how many shots it takes, we should probably understand how many shots this level will take to complete. I'm not sure how many, but I have a feeling it is one shot. That level can be a bit of a pain as well. It may only take a single shot to complete, but if you mistime it by even a little, you're probably not going to complete the level. At least not in a single shot. I've been told previously that you can, if there's like one box remaining, you can take the shot at that before you lose and have it still count, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Missiles from above. This level, it has a skip in it. I'll try for it once. It's a really cool skip. But it's not the easiest thing in the world. I have been able to get it though, so it's better than a lot of the skips I've mentioned that I haven't been able to go for. So yeah, we have to get the gun over there. But if done correctly... Oh, wow. Alright. Huh. I wasn't exactly expecting that to work. Nice. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna wait here for the... So yeah, that allows us to skip a missile launch. We have to usually use a launch to hit hit a one of those sponge blocks to get to the weapon. But yeah, we can just skip that. Yeah, damn, I wasn't expecting that to work. I'm actually quite glad that worked. It doesn't actually save that much time, ultimately. But I think it's more of a swag strat than anything. This is another level where I'm not entirely sure what weapon I want to use for it. I can never really decide. All of them are pretty good. We just want to pop the balloons as fast as possible. So the next ones spawn. The blast is pretty good for this in some parts. For those groups. Makes them a tad easier. But there's a few of these balloons that are a lot easier when I'm using the splatter shot. I don't actually know all the locations of this, but I know the locations of the spawns, I just can't remember the order half the time. So... breakdown station. So earlier on in the run we had a stage where we used an umbrella to take out the enemies on a similar type of thing, a platform of wooden boxes. This is basically the same, but they're a lot easier to break. but we don't really care if the platforms break as long as we end all the enemies. And we're not on one of the platforms that end up breaking. There's a couple of really stable platforms there that you can stand on, so it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, as long as those don't break, you're usually pretty fine. You usually don't fall off. Alright. Yeah, is it Fat Splat? I think it's called. Not entirely sure how to pronounce that first word, but I think that's how it goes. It's probably one of the cooler, has probably one of the cooler strats now that I actually know how to do the strat. Previously I didn't particularly like this level, but imagine actually knowing how to play a game. Like, it's a novel concept. Oh, that's not gonna get that. So yeah, we have a stingray here. We want to keep this for the next section. Oh my god, these jet guys are so annoying. That's a bit of a pain, but it happens. But it's a cool strat when I don't take a unintentional death. Oh my, these jet guys, like, seriously, they need to calm down. So yeah, we're going to use this to clear out almost all the enemies on the bottom floor, especially the one I just killed there. That one likes to... didn't kill as many as I hoped. Likes to run away from you every time you go near it. So we take care of it then, so we don't have to worry about it. This stamp thing is usually the only one that survives. He's very easy to deal with. But yeah, it's just a cool use of one of the sub-weapons. Or one of the specials, or whatever you want to call it. There you go. Unfortunately, like I think that was the L3 nozzle nose. Not exactly one of my favorite weapons. We have to use one of the other -3 ones. I think it's the H3, I want to say. A little bit later. And it's probably one of the more annoying levels in the game. We'll get to that when we get to that. Though this level should look familiar to anyone who's played a classic arcade game. And just like that game, the barriers are annoying as all. Yeah. I don't like the H3 nozzle nose. I think it's super annoying to use. Just the 3-shot weapons aren't my favorite. I want to say this is one of the last 8-ball missions we do. I think there might be one more, but I can't remember at the moment. So at least there's that. We don't have to deal with these that much longer. Please roll down the ledge. Yeah, unfortunately I don't play multiplayer. I just play this. So this is the only practice I get to have with it. Oh. I mean, sure game, whatever you say. I don't agree, but I agree with that one. I put way too much power into it. Yeah, this level can be a bit annoying. Not even because of the enemies. These, the bumpers here are quite a nuisance. If you're not careful with those shots, they can just bounce your ball off the edge. Though it's a cool use down here where it hits the bumper and then rebounds into the thing that lets you continue on to throughout the level, through the level. Nice. All right. Cool. There's got to be only, I don't know, 15 levels left, I think. Maybe 20. 2. Okay. I don't think there's many left. Oh yeah, 62 out of 80. So we've got about 20 more levels. A lot of them are quite fast, so Ink and Slide doesn't take too long. It's a little bit of a pain at times, just because I ended up finding, well, I'm not sure if I personally found it, like, as being the first person to find it, but there's a set of enemies later on in the level, as you're coming up here, that use the Gatling guns. If you end up, whoops, I used the wrong weapon now. I should use my sub there. Yeah, these guys. They can see your shot if it goes over the roller and just ruin your day after they see you. I've spent probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes trying to get past this level once because of that. And then following up dying on this part. It wasn't a fun day of runs, to say the least. But I'd be surprised if I was the first person that happened to. Other than those two things, it's a pretty stable level. Oh, press the wrong button. Plus this is... There's a bit of, again, a bit of a cycle here. I feel like I've said that a lot today, but it's true. As the failed balloons may imply, we don't want to hit them. Or else, well, you know. Though we can throw a bomb here, and the balloons have enough toughness where they won't blow up from a single bomb of indirect. Indirect, yeah, the ink that splats out from the bomb. Okay, we're doing ink slide again apparently. The joystick decided to go back onto that level. Easy way to get back onto the train. It's no big deal. Waste a little bit of time, but oh well. But yeah, this next level, it's just snipers. It's snipers level. It's quite a fun level to try to optimize though. Oh, wrong side. Yeah, you can set that up pretty easily, that last shot. Though you have to make sure you're standing in the right corner. There's been a lot of times where I've just decided, yeah, I'm going to stand in one of the other corners. I'm sure nothing will go wrong here. And then proceeds to get shot twice and fail the mission. Cool, another... I think this would be also Space Invaders-esque. What the... Not bad, actually. This last guy has a shield, but we don't care about that. We just shoot above it. It's not really the best shield. This is Australia, not Austria. Right, so we've got another boss here. Our second, well, technically third last boss. But our second last one before Inner Agent. There's not much we can do to speed up this boss fight. But there is one quote unquote skip. We just take a bit of damage and it skips a animation. It's pretty cool. It also makes it a little bit more risky until you get your shield back. But Oh, excuse me? Nice snipe. Alright then, game. It's before the actual snipers show up. So yeah, he just shoots off a bunch of more nuisances that we have to avoid. Makes things a tiny bit harder. It's not that big of a deal. So this next phase is where the skippers. He's gonna send out a line of ink that's gonna. He's gonna start covering the area. Yep, this thing. But if we take damage on it, he retracts it and we don't deal with it anymore. I only found that out recently. As long as people are enjoying things, don't particularly matter. Hope people are enjoying this run so far. Alright, so there's a skip here. That's a bit difficult. It's not too bad. I'm gonna try it once, and if I don't get it, I'll do the alternative. Okay, I'm gonna try it twice because I almost had it there. Basically, we have limited ink. Do I try it again? Because that's a really cool skip, and I really want to get it. Yeah, I'll try it once more. Okay, I'm not able to get it. Basically, you're able to not do any of the other parts of this level and just go to the end by jumping around these blocks. But apparently it doesn't want to work today, so we can still not do any of the intended stuff. We have enough ink to do so. Oh, TV's about to turn off. That would be bad. Alright, here's the level with the H3 nozzle nose. There's some pretty cool things you can do in this level, but like I said earlier, I don't particularly like this weapon. it does make things a little bit tricky. But I'll try my best to get this, the skips. It would be helped if I didn't get shot out of the air though. That was close. 4, 5, 6. That should be enough, but I think I might. Yeah, I think I missed a whole bunch of my first one. I'm gonna wait on that one. So yeah, the first part of the skips, we can. Usually you would have to shoot the, okay, that didn't work as planned. Usually you have to use this to shoot, the button. Oh my god, why is my jumps being just so slowed down? Hit the switch, but you can avoid doing that by throwing a bomb. I'll give it another shot. I hit it that time, so that's something. But my god, I don't like this level. I'm gonna repeat that. Like, this level is pretty bad. Cool, we got the trick though. That should be enough. Yeah. So yeah, we set it up here so we don't have to do like spin the entire thing around, and we can make the jump over here. I spray the ink at the side of the wall because it's very rare that I actually get the full jump. Again, we don't have to turn the platform. We can just make it to the end. So you don't have to worry about the puzzle. Oh, durian stuff tastes disgusting. I've had durian chocolate before. Not a fan. Oh, yep, this was an April level I forgot about. It's not too bad of a level. There's a few things that can go wrong in it, but for the most part, it's fairly simple. Shot it a bit too much. So we're still going to be on the rubber platform. Please hit the ball. Thank you. Oh yeah, I can shoot it from here. Oh, that was a tad close. And it grinding across the rails didn't help my help me think that something was going to go wrong there. See, I don't like the justification of something that usually tastes bad to be acquired taste. A lot of things that you probably shouldn't be eating are technically an acquired taste. Doesn't mean I want to be eating them enough to become acquired with that taste. Alright, so this one we just using the panels here to turn on and off things as we ink them. It's quite a cool concept. Oh wait, stop it. I swear, stop. Mate, please. Dude, come on. Yeah, land on the damn platform. Oh, I thought... Wait. I could have sworn there was a way to cheese this. Oh, might have to re-look into that. Liking this game but never playing it? No, I don't see that as weird. Yeah, this next level, like the one quite early on actually, this, you can only use bombs. Pretty cool concept. There's a really neat trick in the come on, later on level I'm going to try to go for. In practice I managed to get it first try, but I don't think that's going to happen again, and I'm only going to do one shot of it. I thought that might work, but oh well. That works. So yeah, there's the tricks coming up here. Like I said, I'll give it a shot, but I can't promise anything. So yeah, usually you would have to kill Alright then, that's a new one. Usually would have to kill all the enemies on here, and then the Octoling in the background would jump in and would have to do the same. But the only thing that triggers the platform, that triggers everything, is defeating this Octoling. Okay, yeah, I'm not getting it. So we could usually throw a bomb up there, beat the Octoling before she comes down here and trigger the platform. It's pretty cool. Oh, I thought I dealt with that. Oh. But yeah, doing the normal way is not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy. Funny you say that about kids' mums, because my mum ends up listening to all the music. Apparently she doesn't actually like the music when I'm playing the game. So, not entirely sure what that says, but I think it's kind of funny. Something cool about this level though. The squeegees, they are annoying as all to control. At least I think they are. But I just learnt of a new strat in this level. Well, quote unquote new for me. Where I can skip a whole bunch that I didn't realize I could skip. So, free time save. But yeah, we can just throw a bomb over there, defeat that guy, and not even worry about all the other enemies. I always thought you had to defeat all the enemies there to advance. So I think the music in this game is like some of the best. Just period. I don't know, it's very atmospheric. I like it. That last section's a lot easier to fall off than it looks. If the squeegees are in the wrong positioning, you can land on the ramp and just get flung off the side of the map. I think it happened in one of my PBs a while back. It's not fun to have happen, that's for sure. Oh, I didn't realize that. Had no idea about that change. Alright, the final few levels. This one's pretty cool. We take a Daffodeuce in it. Because I'm actually not sure if it's faster. And I'm not sure if it's even the faster route. It's just something that I ended up coming up with while I was in practice a little while back. as I used to not have a good route for this. And I was going for my 325. So this could be bad, this could be bad. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Let's see, can we get this? So, yeah. So we have one more. So we're just going to take the death here. And then when we respawn, the platform just so happens to be turning in the right direction where we can get the last one quite fast. It's quite convenient. So we've got one more line to go, only a few more levels, like I said. Alright, so the final boss before the heading into the hard boss. Not really a great way to describe that, but yeah, unfortunately we did the escape about an hour into the run, an hour 20 or something. So, want to get it over and done with. Yeah, this attack right here with the Gatling gun is actually what I want to see the most of. It allows me to break these TVs a lot sooner as he just stands there. Oh, I was not expecting him to do another ground stop. Usually he only does 2, not 3. But yeah, the more of those we see, the better. Usually it gives me enough time to break one of them. I think in my PB, that's all I saw for like the majority of the fight. It was so good. It's gonna suck to go against when I start grinding this again. Meant to dodge roll there, but shorter jump works as well, I guess. So ideally, he does that attack. Oops, I'm out of. Cool, 2 in a row. Not bad. Oh, 3. Nice. Just what we want to see. Okay, sometimes he likes to do a double stomp there. The first time in a bit he hasn't done it, so quite happy with that. Let's see, 3 hours 20. I mean, it's not a bad run. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're only 8 hours, 8 hours behind, yeah. No, only 8 minutes difference. It's about as expected for a marathon. This is a really cool skip though. This level has a couple of really cool things. You don't even have to use the slow button for that one. So yeah, the whole gimmick of this level is to turn the devices off for a limited amount of time. Or like move them by pressing buttons. One more of those types of skips in a bit. Whoops. It's right up here. Oh, what? Huh. Alright. That's what was meant to happen there. We can just jump on the hammer pendulum thing and get up to the final area. It's pretty cool. Both skips are pretty cool. It's and they're not even that difficult to do, so quite interesting to pull off. Alright, this level and the next level are both auto scroll. This one more than the next one, so probably one of your last chances you're gonna have to do any of the plugs / donation stuff if you want.
Sure. So we don't have any donations to read out at the minute, but I'd just like to remind listeners, viewers, that we do have some upcoming donation incentives that you can put your donations towards. So at the moment, the Hearthstone League of Evil Last Boss Showcase is a little bit over $100 short, and you have until 10 minutes before the end of the run to get your donations in for that. We really want to meet the donation incentive, so I would encourage you to, if you do have the opportunity to donate towards that incentive so that it's met. And yeah, we're raising money today for Beyond Blue, which is a charity working to raise awareness of mental health issues. If you want to donate, you can go to donate.ozspeedruns.com.
Nice. Yeah, it would be pretty cool to see the incentive map for Hearthstone. Until this weekend, I didn't even realize that was a run. Never heard of the game previously, but sounds like it will be cool. Nice. Just use my splits. Completely forgot I wasn't using them anymore. But yeah, we got 2 more levels here, and then we've got the final boss fight, which I mean could take a little bit to beat, though I'll probably only be doing it for 10 minutes. If I don't beat it by the end of that, then too bad, I suppose. Anyone who's ever played this game to completion will know how difficult the final boss fight is, and there is no guarantee I am actually going to be able to beat it. But I'll give it my fair share of my fair effort. I was trying it before to test audio balancing, and well, let's just say it wasn't going well. So there's a chance it won't go well. I mean, I hope it does go well just because I want to show off the entire fight, but oh no, oh no, oh no. That could have been real bad. Alright, so this level used to be a pain for one particular reason. Mostly because of the end. But since learning the actual strats, it's probably one of the cooler levels in the game. If that didn't happen, it would be one of the cooler levels in the game. This could actually be really bad. I haven't had this happen before. Alright, that took a bit more time than I was hoping. Basically, you can, once dealing with that first row, you can just take all the damage from those rockets and go straight for the exit without any worry. I'm gonna wait until my shield comes back up to deal with this dude. And yeah, you can just go straight to the next part of the level. In this one, you don't even have to fight these guys. It's based off a timer. So you can just continue the level without any issue. I need to get my health back. Yeah. From now on, I can just wait here. Blow up all of them. And ideally, they stop shooting at me. Wonder where I am. And I go to the exit. That could have gone really badly. But yeah, that's all the levels done. We've just got one more boss fight to do. Like I said, I'll give up to my estimate of shots at this, and then once my estimate hits, I'll call it there. As I said earlier, most people have like an incredibly difficult time with this, and there is no guarantee I'm going to complete it. Though we get a really cool song with it, so. And that's pretty much game for that attempt. So yeah, this boss fight consists of 5 phases. This first phase is just... it throws out a bomb and then it goes into the inkjet. That could have been bad. This next one uses the bubbler. It's one of the easiest phases in the entire fight. Usually isn't an issue. This next one uses auto bombs as bomb rush, and is the only complication in the entire... Oh, you kidding me? I had it. Oh, that's so annoying. I didn't realize there was another auto bomb behind me. That's probably dead run. Yeah, that's a dead attempt. Yeah, this is the final boss fight. Comparatively to Phase 3, Phase 4 is a lot easier. Phase 4 uses, I think it's the Ink Zoot. I forget what it's called. But it stands on the UFO thing and shoots from there. You just chuck a couple bombs at her. It's fairly simple. And then Phase 5 is a splashdown rush. And I would say is the second hardest. Oh, right. But yeah, it does this. So you just chuck 2 bombs up there and you're good. Didn't think that was gonna work. I'm gonna take this a tad slow. Did that work? I think that worked. Yep, that worked. Phase 5. Yes! Got it. And that's time. Right now. GG. Oh, I actually wasn't sure I was going to be able to do that. Nice. Yeah, that fight is a lot harder than I made it look like right there. That could have easily taken me 10 minutes. And we get a hairpin for our troubles. So, I'm not sure if that's worth it, but... Let's see, what's my time? 3:33. No, I'm happy with that. I'm good with that time. But yeah, that's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Not sure what else there is to say. Guessing it's up to the next run now. So I'll catch you guys later.
Yep, this is the end of my hosting shift as well, so everybody have a good morning in Australia, good evening in Europe, wherever you are, have fun.
Right.